Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about strategies for confrontation, strategies for going head to head. So we've got a few here. First is create something from nothing. Second is openly repair the walkway, secretly march to Tinsang. Next is observe the fire of the opposite shore. Then hide your dagger behind a smile. Sacrifice the plum tree in place of the peach, and beat the grass to startle the snake. So let's bust these out, talk about each one. Strategies for confrontation. First one, create something from nothing. This is all about using feints. This is some crazy stuff, actually. It's very simple, but if you use it, it'll work very well. Everybody probably knows what a feint is. It's acting like you're going to do something to get your opponent to react, but you're not really planning on executing that. So maybe I'm going to act like I'm going to throw a left hook, bam, but really I'm going to come in and block him and hit him some other way, something like that. That's a feint. Or dropping your guard to look like something's open. Something like that is a feint. So what we want to do is, the way we create something from nothing is to use the same feint twice. So, bam, bam. Then the opponent's going to be scared to react to the third feint. When you throw that third feint, he's going to think, wait a minute, fool me once, blah, blah, blah. Fool me twice, ja, ja, ja. Fool me 3 times, I'm getting knocked out. So he's not going to go for that feint. But the third feint, bam, 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 is the actual attack. And you're going to catch the enemy with his guard down. It's awesome. Let's talk about the next one. Openly repair the walkway, but secretly march to Tinsang. So what we want to do here is attack the opponent with 2 converging forces. So the first attack is going to be direct and obvious. We're just coming straight at him. The second attack is going to be a little bit sneaky and tricky, unexpected. What that's going to do is cause him to divide his forces at the last minute. So he's not going to have time to prepare. He's not going to have time to make a good strategic response. What he's going to have to do is separate his forces at the last minute without any forethought, without any preparation, and you're going to get him. Third strategy for confrontation is to observe the fire on the opposite shore. What this means is we just want to avoid going into battle until all the players on the field are exhausted from fighting each other. So if we've got a 3-way fight, a 4-way fight, something like that, even if we've got allies, to tell you the truth, that are in a fight, we want to just step back and wait a minute until everybody else is exhausted from fighting themselves and fighting each other. Then we go in full strength, we clean house, and we pick up the pieces. Next strategy for confrontation is to hide your dagger behind a smile. So this is very clear. We want to gain the enemy's trust and secretly move against him. Here we have the good old-fashioned sacrifice the plum tree in place of the peach. So that's very clear also. It just means that we want to sacrifice our short-term objectives to obtain a long-term goal. And finally, we have beat the grass to startle the snake. I used this one just recently to my own great advantage. I don't really want to talk about that because it was kind of a nasty situation, but beat the grass to startle the snake. What that means is if you're in a situation where you don't know the enemy's strategy, you don't know the opponent's plans, what he's going to do, but you know he's up to something, you run a short, direct attack. Very quick. Bam, 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 bam. And his reaction is going to show you his strategy very clearly. Catch him off guard, run a short, direct attack, and his reaction will reveal his strategy. So, altogether, strategies for confrontation, we've got create something from nothing. That's using the same feint 3 times. First 2 times you feint. Third time is the actual attack. So, bam, 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 like this. Openly repair the walkway and secretly march to Tinsang. So we want to attack the opponent with 2 converging forces. The first one is going to be direct and obvious. The second one's going to be sneaky and unexpected, and we're going to cause him to divide and separate his forces at the last minute. Then we've got the Observe the Fire on the Opposite Shore Brothers Band. And what we want to do is just avoid going into battle until all the other forces are exhausted fighting each other. Then go in full strength, clean up, pick up the pieces, win. We want to hide our dagger behind a smile, so we gain our enemy's trust and secretly conspire and move against him. We sacrifice the plum tree in place of the peach, so we give up our short-term objectives in the pursuit of longer-term goals. This is very important, actually. I want to talk about this for a minute. What separates successful people from unsuccessful people is the ability to delay gratification. So normal people don't have the ability to delay gratification. They want instant gratification. They want satisfaction right now. The person who can keep moving forward and delay the receipt of gratification is going to win. And finally, beat the grass to startle the snake. So if you can't see the enemy's plan, if you don't know your opponent's strategy, you want to run a short, bam, 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 direct attack, and his reaction is going to reveal his strategy.